Hello Sagittarius, how you doing? Welcome to your energy tarot reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 25th to the 1st of December, getting very close to your birthday season. Don't forget, what am I talking about? We are in your birthday season, my word. Happy birthday to you, Sagittarius. Wow. Really sorry, I do apologise about that. Yeah, so we're into your birthday season. So this is great. This is like the new year for you. You should have had sort of like plans in place for the last 3 months before your birthday period. You should have been working on that sort of side of life. And once it hits your birthday, that's when the energy starts coming back into your life, and you can really start rocking and rolling and moving on. So yeah, it's very worthwhile, I think, getting on with life and going down the path that suits you more than anything else. We're going to be seeing how the energies help to contribute to that within your reading. But before we do go into that, let's go into your Astroflower and see what's happening there. What's happening there within your Astroflower. Get some messages and pull some tarot cards. Let's just see what's going on with the overall energy, the general energy that's running through you. You're constructing on your relationship side, spiritual side, emotional side of life, you're constructing a way of being that suits you and your connection with other people that are around you. At the moment, it's very rigid. I think there's sort of like, it seems to be like a 9 of Wands sort of scenario going on, really healthy boundaries. But at some point, those healthy boundaries do have to become a little bit more sort of flexible in order for you to engage in life. But it seems like there's a real reset that's going on within you as well. On your financial side, there's not so much energy going on there. It seems like it's. I think you may feel this week here. It's difficult to get headway. It's like walking through snow, snow that comes up to your sort of like waist, as it were. A little bit difficult for you to be making headway at the moment on your financial side, and maybe that's because you're concentrating on your relationship side of life. Maybe it's a case of looking at that work play ethic within life. Okay, let's just see what's going on. You've got the Queen of Wands, beautiful energy. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with the energy that's flowing through you. I think you're really concentrating on the here and now, most definitely. You're concentrating on sort of like on the relationship side, setting up a situation that you feel really happy about. And that's like, so dealing with one situation at a time. And on your financial side, it could be a case of that, it's just a case of applying that within your life, and all of a sudden things will start picking up a bit of speed and moving on. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side. It seems to say here on your karmic path, build or rebuild. Let's just see what's going on the connection to the universe, the synchronicities. There's a lot of energy going on here. There's a lot of going. I think maybe you're testing yourself, your new defined self with the world around you. There may be decisions that you've made, and here is there's a lot of passion, certainly a lot of passion, and but there's also a lot of connection. There's quantity rather than quality, and maybe it's just sort of seeing how the land lies with others. That's possibly what's going on there within the universal energies. And this is also playing out the past here. It's almost as if like you're throwing away the past. This is who I used to be, and this is who I am now, sort of scenario. It's like a butterfly that's coming out of its cocoon in a way. Let's just see what's going on in the future self. Once you come out of that cocoon and stick by the decision you've made, there's loads of possibilities for you. It's a really open, it's like you come out of the cocoon and you're in this sort of like wildflower meadow, and you kind of think, wow, look at all of that, fantastic, that's all just for me. So what's the lessons that come out of this week here? Once the door is open, you can't close it. Once you can see all those beautiful flowers, you can't close it. And I think this is like, it's going to put a lot of what it is. The lessons that are coming here is sort of saying, when you apply yourself in life, you get a lot of peace back within your life, and it brings a lot of energy back to you, as it were. Two of Cups on your karmic path here. This is all about building, rebuilding, and this is rebuilding maybe you in alignment with yourself. This could be you and an alignment with another person, but whatever it is, it's absolutely lovely energy. There seems to be a decision that's made within you to fall in love, and if that's the case, it's on your karmic path to actually get that in place. On the world that is around you, you have the Empress card here. Yeah, I think you're ruling your roost, as it were, through a control over your emotions, and you're giving this new birth. This is new you. This is a whole new cycle for you, your new year. You're applying the new world within your space around you, and seeing how it connects with other people that are within your entourage. You also get the High Priestess from your past self, intuition, and so forth. And I think this is where I think within you can feel when it works, when it doesn't work, and when people sort of like treat you as the old you. And it's using your intuition without actually having to say anything. You're just kind of going, okay, I just don't really want to get involved in that relationship anymore. It's not really bringing me anything. Or you're sort of kind of seeing as well, that relationship now is really good for me. Before it didn't really work, and it's, really, really good for me. And going off and being very passionate about your future. And that's what I said in the, once you get it and you go off on that mission of love, and it could be love for oneself, and it could be love for, for another person. But once you get it and it's within you, go for it. It's all of a sudden going to get you into a very vibrant and beautiful life. Seeing things in a different way. This is the lesson that comes out of this week here. Once you start looking through that door, you can't unsee it. Once you make a decision within your life and you follow that energy, you're going to get some very, very good results. Just seeing the world in a different way because of you've changed from within you. You've had this sort of like epiphany within your emotional or spiritual side of life, and all of a sudden it's put you into a whole new world. And just seeing things in a different way is going to be a best way to engage in this whole new world. Let's just see how look what's going on in your financial side. On your karmic path here, that sort of like plays into the past. It's something that's, you're missing something. There seems to be it's like you're building a tower, and there seems to be a massive stone missing in the wall, in the tower. And it's just kind of going, and it seems to be something that's connected to your past. Very interesting. And I think that's what's put the brakes on a lot of things. On your universal connections, that's playing into here. It's concentrating on the here and now. Maybe it's you discovering something within you of what you've been doing in life. The universe is trying to help you discover that. And as you discover that, it's going to be, oh, right. And all of a sudden, that's going to give you a real kickstart in your business, your project, whatever it is, or the new direction that you wish to take. In your past self, this is also playing into here. I think you've built a lot of knowledge, understanding about who you are and about the business you're in, or the world that you're in. Maybe you've done sort of qualifications in order to get that certain type of job. But whatever it is, you're really sort of like, it's now getting passionate about the point that's going to take you on. Okay, what's the future self all about here? That realization, there is a realization that's going on your financial side about, it could be a realization, for example, that I'm in this company, it's okay, I've got a reasonable job, but I've not got any prospects of career advancement. And that's what could be the realization. And it seems like there's a point here that's really victorious for you and brings you a lot. In your lessons for the week here, precision is key. precision is key. Being precise about how you put your energies, your time, your money, your effort into things is going to bring you some results. You get the Ace of Swords. As I said, there's one piece here. This is you discovering that piece that's going to bring you the ultimate victories and success within your financial world. Regardless, even if it's like, moral sort of like job that makes you get that job that ultimately is beautiful for you. You feel so right with it. It's got the right amount of hours. You get the right amount of money. It's absolutely peachy for you. And it just makes you feel like you're going to win life. But then you've got to find this piece, this missing piece. And the universe here is bringing in that energy there. It's bringing in the ultimate choosing of one cup, choosing of a direction that's good for you out of a multitude of different things within your life. And it could be a case of streamlining a lot of things in a direction that is good for you. But it's everything that you've been working towards has been absolutely brilliant. It's just as if, like, as I say, there seems to be like a piece missing. In the past, you may have been very good about it all and everything like that, but you held back emotionally in your investment, in your business or your projects and so forth. You might have had more of an eye on the goal than on the journey. And in the past here, I think there's something that happened in the past that you didn't get a job and you kind of go, well, I'm never going to get that job now. So, that's what's holding you back. That attitude seems to be an attitude that you don't value yourself as much as you should do. And I think you've got to put yourself out there and really show the rest of the world. In the future, look at that. Yeah. The moment you do this, the moment you sort of like take yourself and put yourself out there and let go of any emotional complications you may have had within the financial world in the past. Once you do that, all of a sudden, you step into a whole new dimension. The World card. The World card has everything, has every element that you could possibly want, every sort of energy that you could want in order to get to where you want to be doing, or where you should be going, or where you want to be within your business, within your projects, or within your career path. So, and the lesson for the week here is get down and just do it. Get down and recognize that that work that needs to be done on that side of things, on that emotional side of things. That maybe you might have had failures in the past that are stopping you from going on and getting what you really want out of life. So you can really start working on it. Let's just see how the elements are affecting your reading. So before that, let's just bring up the sun. Let's just see what's going on with that. So here we go with the sun. Here it is here. Here it is there. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so the sun, if you want to see more detail on the energies that are going through the universal vibration, going through your chakras and your aura system, please do go and see the energy update. But just a very quick idea. Here we go. We've got these coronal holes. There's a lot of coronal holes. We've been talking about that for a week and a half now. And we've got that filament energy here. The sunspots, the fire and air energy has been cooled down a little bit over this week here. It's been present, but not really sort of in our faces, as it were. And it's been mainly about the earth and water energy. So those are the energies that we're going to be going through. And as you can see, this is the X-ray flux. It shows the eruptions on the sun of the sunspots of the fire and air energy. Yeah, there's been a few, but there's nothing really hitting our direction. And as you can well see, the KP index has been very calm. The aura of the earth has been very calm. There has been a bit of filament energy coming through, and that's the emotional side of life. That's been coming through, and we go into that in much more depth there. But it's been a real reset on the earth energies. Now, these are the earthquakes that went around earlier on in this week, and we had one in the South Pole and one in the North Pole, and this was a reset. And it's resetting this earth energy and releasing this earth energy within the system and taking the place of the air energy. And we saw a lot of volcanoes now starting to go off in the Iceland region. And this is all to do with that reset of that earthquake just up there, the reset of the earth energies. So we're going to be looking at the moment, the combination between earth and water. So let's just bring up your flower. Your flower, the only fire you actually have is on the outside. It's because you're one of these full signs like Capricorn, Gemini, and Cancer. And you've actually got more air in you than you do have fire. So you're very intellectual. It makes your wit incredibly sharp when you want it to be. Absolutely brilliant. But you can see at the base there, there's mainly water and air, really. There's water, there's air and earth down on this side here, but it's mainly water and air, and it's all about sort of like an emotional direction that is very logical for you, that has a certain logic within it, or it could be fantasy, you know, fantastical in a way, but the main connection we're going to be looking at is this cardinal earth that comes in from Capricorn, the sign that's just next to you, and the combination with Scorpio energy that comes through here with it's bringing in this fixed water. So obviously on your relationship side here, it's asking you to take a direction. And I think this is what's doing it more than anything else for you. You are choosing a physical direction within your life, but it's also to do with these fixed emotions as well. And that's what I mean about there seems to be like, because you've got this fixed water that goes all the way around you. And that's what it seems to feel like you're playing on at the moment. You're building that wall or building this persona that you can then add into the rest of the world. There is a direction, this peace that's coming into your life. It comes out of an emotional direction because you've got the water, cardinal water of Capricorn at the base. It turns into cardinal earth. And this is what I mean about sort of an emotional piece that needs to be placed into your financial world when it turns up to be something very, very physical. And you've got that fixed water at the top. So that gives you a defined clarification of that emotion that you can feel at the base of you. So let's just bring back up your flower. Let's just have a look and see what's going on. We're going to pull a card on this section here, so this cardinal earth, this fixed water, cardinal earth and fixed water on this side, this crossing point that's right under the surface. It's much more in the here and now and so forth. But let's start off with this direction that's coming into your life. Page of Swords. Page of Swords, yeah, it's asking you to be sort of like converting ideas into reality. And I think this is what you're doing here at the moment. You're driving this passion. You're getting into the rhythm of life. And it's because you're seeing things in a different way. And that's provoking those ideas. Once you start seeing life in a different way and a perspective that comes from what works for me, can work for everybody else who is good for me around you, around me, and once you start taking on that into account, it's going to be absolutely brilliant for you. And look at that, sort of like that fixed water, you get the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles goes along with the Knight of Wands there, absolutely brilliant. You've got like Knight of Pentacles is all about planting seeds, making, as I say, it's like you're building a wall. It's not like a wall to stop other people coming in, although it is, but it's not like kind of going, oh, stay away, stay away. It's not like that at all. It's more sort of a redefining of yourself. And when you've redefined yourself, you can plant those seeds gradually within your life and realize take a direction that's good for you and realize the people that are around you that are good for you, and you can interact with them. On this side here, we've got this cardinal. This is on the financial side. We've got the cardinal earth that comes down here. I want to see what that comes in. And I think it's going to give us an idea of that emotional connection and what's been playing on that emotional thing. You got the Six of Cups. Yes, it's all to do with the past. It's obviously a situation. I think here is like someone might have offered you something and then it was like a bait and switch scenario where they offered you something and it didn't turn up. And it's like it made you sort of like kind of going, oh man, and offered you a job or stuff like that. And it just feels like, emotionally it got you. And that sort of almost, it's like it cut off a line of growth within your world. And that cutting off of that line of growth within your world is in stopping you from advancing now. And I think you need to go back there and release that energy. Yeah, Page of Cups, look at that. You got 2 pages now on both sides, and I think both energies are trying to bring this into you as well. Page of Cups is all about, in the past, something that seemed impossible now is suddenly becoming possible, and that's what the energy is building into your life. And I think it builds it in because you're coming to terms with something. It could have been money loss, it could have been a loss of a job, it could have been closing of a business, something that emotionally sort of like knocked you for 6 in the past. It's not knocking for you 6 at the moment, but knocked you for 6 in the past. And you're realizing that's stopping you from actually getting the most amount of growth in your career path. So there you go, Sagittarius. Happy birthday to you again. Don't forget about the energy updates. We will be doing another video live for Sagittarius at some point about what it means to be Sagittarius, because we're in the Sagittarius season. So yeah, I'd love to go into that. That'd be absolutely brilliant. If you want to be there, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell, because you're going to need that in order to ask questions within those lives. I will speak to you soon. Thanking you very much for all the support you give to this channel. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.